One of these days, I'm gonna end up throwing my extras far
out the window.
Hi. Sorry.
Hey, what's going on, Remedy?
Not much. Noticed that Tony withdrew from the race. So who are we? Like, who are you?
I witnessed police abuse by BCSO, and I then witnessed the PD. Instead of it being about like an apology, about making it right, showing any semblance of like this shouldn't have happened, instead turn it into why is Nino not wanting to trust Romello to take a report? Well, that dumb fuck is literally a known like hide information motherfucker.
Yeah.
Made it about why does Nino have a problem with Romello. And I said, you know what? Fuck this. I'm back in Marty. We are going to fucking take all this bullshit down.
Okay, so we're backing Marty. Gotcha.
Marty Banks. Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know.
If Princess ends up winning, and I want to say this because I think it's important, is I think she's absolutely fantastic. She's been an amazing partner, but she's not going to fix the Blaine problem, you know?
Right.
And
she's not going to fix the BCSO problem.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
So, also...
I just wanted to know where we were, so I knew who to vote for.
Absolutely. And, you know, if Quangle ever gives you guys issues, let me know.
Okay. I mean, Quangle gives me an issue pretty much every day.
That's literally the story I've been hearing with everyone.
Yeah.
That man needs to be humbled. Not because he's a bad guy, but rather because he is just somebody that is not being kept in control. So he will be put in control.
Okay.
Easy. All right.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I can give you a list if you want a list.
Wait, what? What do you mean? How bad is it?
I mean, put Ventura on that list too.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You know. And Matt Martin, but he's LSPD.
Yeah, Matt's an interesting one. I think he's shift 3 as well.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I got a warrant for blood evidence in conjunction with hair color and similar clothing, you know?
I'm sorry?
I had a warrant. My warrant was for DNA, which DNA can never be the sole evidence in a warrant. You need to have something other than DNA.
Oh, yes, that is true.
It was DNA in conjunction with hair color and similar outfit.
Shut the oh my God. That's so...
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep. Robin's gonna fight it, don't worry.
Oh, good lawyer right there.
Yeah.
My first thing that I'm gonna do, this upcoming is I'm bringing new legislation in that's gonna make it that law enforcement if they're doing a basic traffic stop, they gotta open up a report in there, type and save what the reason for the stop is, then approach the driver, give their name and badge number, and then tell them the reason for detainment or the stop before continuing. So yeah, it's like shit like that.
I don't know if he was like a cadet or something, but like the other warrant that I had that I, you know, outran, he basically threatened to pull me out of the car for like, you know, it was a traffic stop, and I'm like, okay, I was speeding, just give me a ticket, you know, whatever. I was speeding, I admit that I was speeding. And he's like, apparently I was giving him attitude, so he decided he was going to pull me out of my vehicle. And I'm like, no, I drove off. Like, I'm not going to let you pull me out of my vehicle for a fucking speeding ticket, you know? And then I ended up getting a warrant because of it.
Things need to be better, because the thing is, like, we cannot create criminals. If our PDs are creating criminal situations, then why would anyone not just go against the establishment, right? By default.
And it's like, I'm sorry, but if you're gonna pull me over for stupid shit, and if I'm doing something, if I'm actively doing a crime, then whatever. PD has full full whatever to do whatever, right? I get it.
Yeah, it's expected.
To a degree. To a degree. I respect it. You know, I understand. Like, you know, shit gets heated sometimes. Trust me, I get heated sometimes. Like, you know, but at the same time, if you're gonna do dumb shit, you can't shock Pikachu face when we start shooting. You know? Like, if you're gonna pull me over and threaten to pull me out of my car for literally nothing, then I'm just gonna pull out a gun and I'm gonna shoot you. You can't be surprised when it happens. Because, like, I've never shot a cop in this city, Nino.
I believe it.
And it's like, because I respect the police, but at the same time, like, that is pretty much, you know, gone out the window at this point with the shit I've had to deal with in the last, like,
you
week
sound exactly like how I'm feeling and how a lot of people are feeling. I got stalked. I was in the car with Cypress, and we randomly, while refueling, dumb fuck Quangle tried to detain us and do a traffic stop. He couldn't figure out what it was for, thus illegal. Came up with different reasons and eventually landed with one post facto. And because I fucking undressed his ass, right? Because I was like, listen, bitch, like, you work for us type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why are we stopped? You are going to tell me, right? Because you don't have a reason to. This guy followed us all the way from Strawberry Gas to Polito.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like fucking, I don't know. So I think he was curious how big my cock was after I, you know, rolled a 12 out of 12 on that stop. You know what I mean? But
no,
whatever
for
it
sure.
is.
And like, again, I like, as a general rule, I have a healthy respect for most of the police department. Like, because I understand that they have a job to do. Like, if I'm a criminal and I'm doing crime, I'm not gonna be butthurt that I get arrested unless I get arrested for something fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like what happened to me the other day was pretty bad. But, you know, I had a warrant, so they had to, you know, I'm not gonna talk about it, but yeah.
Yeah,
say it was bad, Nino.
It's tough because not everyone has the ability to bite back. You know what I mean? And that's what angers me, right? Like, you got friends that can help you get away, right?
Right.
I'm the mayor, right? Like, I've got resources that others don't. And I just put myself in the position of, like, imagine you're a civilian, right? Imagine if wrong place, wrong time. Imagine if, like, your DNA was on a roof because you were goofing around and now someone thinks you did a crime that happened afterwards. What are they supposed to do, right? That what, become felons for 2 months, right?
That's the
and
thing,
then what?
Right? And then they have to pay $50K to get it expunged. And, like, your DNA can be anywhere for any reason. Sure, reasonable doubt is a thing, probable cause a thing. And, you know, that's why you have to have something other than, you know, DNA as probable cause. And I'm sorry, but, like, hair color and similar outfit, really not good enough in my book. So you know what I'm going to do? When I go to the trial, I'm going to have every woman I know show up with purple hair wearing the same outfit I was wearing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask him to ID me.
Yeah. That's
like,
smart.
Every girl in the city has the same outfit that I was wearing. I guarantee it. As some variation of it. You know?
Yeah, no, of course. It's, you know what happened today? There was a court case, and these cops, it was like Miguel and Dickhead, and the two officers over there go, the judge says, hey, do you guys have everyone? And they're like, yep, we got everything. They started losing, and all of a sudden more cops started showing up, and then they started involving themselves, and it turned into a shit show. And in the end, they tried to do a mistrial because of some bullshit. And even the judge was like, it feels so dirty because it just feels like they just want the win out of this. And it's like, it's so... That is unfortunately the best way to portray why these things are happening. And I don't like to use that verbiage, but there's no other way to describe these situations, right?
Well, that's how it felt like with when I got arrested, right? Because, like, you know, they pulled me over for, I I was sitting at Legion in a car that I owned. My bad. I probably shouldn't have been in a car that I owned because I have a warrant. But I was just sitting there and talking to a friend, and they pull up and they're like, "You can't park here." And I'm like, "Okay, give me a parking ticket and I'll leave. No worries." And then they asked me to identify myself. I refused. They'd already run my plates, but I wasn't wearing, like, I didn't have purple hair. I was in a disguise because I have a warrant. And they are like, "Get out of the car. You know, you're being arrested." And I'm like, "For what?" And they're like, "You have a warrant." And I'm like, "I do?" Question mark? Like, you don't even know who I am, right? So you're assuming that this is me because I'm in, my own car.
To be fair, they do have the right to do that. But
Sure,
I get
absolutely.
I get your point. Yeah.
Absolutely. So then I drove off because there's no way that I'm going to, like, get pulled over for this warrant because I had shit on me, obviously. So then I drove off, got into another car. We were out. We were out for like 5 minutes. We were, just kind of chilling. Then they found us again. And we were driving down the highway, and a car fell from the sky on top of us and completely disabled our vehicle.
Jesus.
So then we got out to repair, because in every single instance of me being in a chase I've ever had in this city, they've let me repair when that happens. Not almost every time, because shit happens, right? And it is what it is. And so, like, the person that I was with got out of the car to repair, and they immediately tackled him, and we both got arrested.
Jesus.
So then they caught me because, I had a warrant, and that's, I guess, I don't know, Nino. It was fine. Shit happens. Like, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it, but I'm going to take it to court because that's my right.
As you should. And the standard for guilty, not guilty, the standard for pressing charges on folks have dropped so poorly, it's just created a circumstance where everyone is guilty of something for existing.
Yep.
And while and there's so much room for that, obviously this is not to say that obviously what you did was wrong, right, legally, but
Sure.
It's the chokehold problem, right? Like,
Right.
People need enough room to breathe. And
Yeah,
if
they still
don't,
need to prove that what I did. Like, they have no proof that I did what they think I did, other than my DNA.
yeah, exactly that. The whole, like, I know you did it, why don't you just do it, is like, okay, well, why don't you do your job?
Yeah, why don't you prove that I did it? 'Cause that's your job.
Exactly.
And you know me, I love court, so.
Yep. Hey, every court
Any
case is a
opportunity
win
to
for
go to
people.
court. Yeah.
All right. Well, Remedy, I gotta call Jamarius, I believe is the name.
Okay, yeah, the other guy that was running that dropped out.
Yes. He wanted to have a chat with me, so I'm gonna give him a little speaking to. All right.
All right, I will make sure people are voting for you and Marty.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Remedy. You are a legend.
Okay.
All right.
I will talk to you soon. Bye.
You take care. Bye. All right. Man, I hope to God Marty stays clean. I don't know him too well, but, like, I hope he doesn't. I don't think he's going to do at the level that Pred did, but he's got to make sure he's careful. I think he has been.